Earlier, you talked about transition services as a coordinated set of activities, but there's a second aspect of transition services which involves the development of a course of study or educational plan. You have referred to this as a long-range, multi-year education plan. Can you explain this requirement?
I'll try. Course of study. That was a requirement that came out in IDEA of 97. And that requirement actually said that for every student beginning at 14 years of age or older, or younger if determined appropriate, we must have a statement of transition service needs in the kid's IEP. The translation of that is transition service needs, that statement, that's the course of study. And as you look at what's in the rules and regulations and what's in statute, they talk about the course of study as all courses and educational experiences. That this course of study should make the educational program relevant, meaningful, and motivate kids to stay in school. To use common language, what this course of study is nothing more than a long-range education plan. Now, to me, it is a multi-year education plan. It isn't just 1 year. So we're talking about a multi-year education plan from this point in time, whenever we're going to start doing this, through the time the kid exits the public school system. So based upon where the kid wants to go, what they want to do, the idea behind it is to sit down with that student, engage them in the planning, discussion, and decision-making about what they're going to be taking in school. And then mapping out a plan, an education plan, about what courses you need to take, when you need to take them, and if that's 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, we're going to map it out 4 years. To me, it's very similar to a freshman in college, sitting down with an advisor, and the advisor says, well, tell me where you're interested in, tell me what you want to do. In other words, tell me your major or minor. Now, based upon that, let's develop a course of study. Let's develop an education plan. So based upon that, let's put together a 4-year plan about what it is that you need to take. And I believe that we need to be as specific as possible. What we're going to take first semester freshman year, second semester sophomore, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the idea behind this is that, well, let me say this, the intent. Let's back up to the intent. Why did Congress say in 1997 that for every kid beginning at 14 years of age or older that's on an IEP, we have a course of study in their IEP? Well, if you go back and read the comments section under the rules and regulations, you would see that the primary intent behind that is to reduce the dropout rate in special ed. Interesting. Now the question then is, if I were to do this course of study with kids beginning at 14 years of age, would it have an impact on the dropout rate? Well, some of the data that's coming in and some of the practice that's coming in is saying yes, it does have an impact. But the key to it is how you do it. And how you do it means that we don't have somebody sitting there putting together this 4-year plan, giving it to the kids that here's your course of study. The key to it is engaging the kid in the planning, discussion, and decision-making about what they're going to take, when they're going to take it, and how those courses have a direct relationship to what it is they want to do post-school. See, my belief is most kids in our schools today, whether they're in special ed or not, don't know why they're in school, don't know why they're taking what they're taking, and see very little to no relationship between the courses that they are and will be taking and how those courses lead to anything they want to do. The key is to get the kid engaged in the planning, discussion, and decision-making, so maybe for the first time the kid begins to own their education, begins to see that if they stay in school, they get the courses that they want, they'll get the courses that they need, that they can actually finish this high school program, that they can graduate and get out of here and get on with life. They actually can see it. So to me, the intent behind it is to reduce the dropout rate, keep kids in school. And interestingly enough, there are places where teachers are engaging kids in the planning, discussion, and decision-making on their course of study based upon how that relates to their measurable post-secondary goals, what they want to do. And we're seeing districts and states report that in those instances where teachers are fully engaging kids in this planning, discussion, decision-making process, that it is having an impact on keeping kids in school. that was the intent behind it.